So I think slowly but surely, yeah. Do you think in English though? Yeah, I do. I feel like your English would have been distinguishable from a native speaker if you pronounce other. Other? How do you pronounce other? Other. I don't know where I was going with this probe. I say otter. Ooh, I see what you mean. Other. Other? Other people. Is that better? I think it's because I talk fast. So instead of saying other people, I say other. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think I have quite a few words that I don't pronounce properly. And I've actually had a bunch of people that like either met me or, you know, watch my videos on YouTube. They thought I'm like from, you know, a certain part in US. I just had weird pronunciation of things. Cause I don't know, I've heard two sides of it. I've heard some people are like, oh yeah, you sound like when you talk sometimes you sound American, but sometimes it's like, oh no, you're definitely like, some people are like, no, hell no, I never thought that. So I just, you know, people think what they think. It's hard for me to be objective about it because, you know. Yeah, no. Yeah, basic. Boom, baby. That's the victory of the day right there. The amount of salt produced by that Terran. Dude, when I play Terran, when that shit happens to me, I swear it gets me more salty than anything can happen in TVP. No, I swear. There's nothing that can make me saltier in TVP than when I lose my SCV like that. I don't know why, it's just like... It's very tilting. I don't know if it's because it's like not supposed to happen. So you get salty because it did happen.
Combat awaits. Ire, give us. Give us your will. Let your will be. We serve with pride. We serve with pride.
Suck my udder. Bruh.
We are of one mind.
Yeah, I said it. Don't even pretend you didn't hear it.
Combat awaits. Let your ire shall be reclaimed.
Can't tell if he's trolling us. No, I never
Where
troll.
shall we march?
What is a troll? Is it like a big orc? Your English is big. Your English tomorrow big.
Combat awaits.
People that know that clip, you're the real OGs. Your team tomorrow big?
Yes,
No one knows that?
Channel the item. This vessel shall invade. Prismatic core online.
Prismatic core. Why do it sounds like someone that's like very sleepy? You're like, that's how they sound. He's doing a 2-1-1.
Require more Vespene gas.
A 2, A 1, A 2, 1, 2.
Phase crystal. Phase crystal. We are prismatic. Channel the light of Io. Prismatic beam of light.
Did I not build a forge? Bruh.
You have not enough minerals. Us are a shard. Systems out.
Okay, he's coming.
How would that do? You have not enough minerals. Zakna. We are
I just forgot to build a sentry.
You have not enough minerals.
So dumb. I say I need to do one thing and I forget about it. Is he gonna drop in my main
It
base?
shall be done. Zakna. Phase crystal charged. We are. You require more Vespene gas. You have not enough minerals.
This is why I think 2-on-1 builds are so bad, because once you lose the first medevac, it's like, look at this. I can just beat him now. I can literally just go across the map and kill him. Okay, dude. Okay.
We are at full power.
Alright, alright. Oh, don't kill that. I need to...
This vessel shall
Speedy boys.
channel the light of Io. Zaknaku. Phase crystal. Base is under attack. This vessel. Channel the light of Io. Cast our shard. Annihilation commencing. Mineral depleted. Phase. Upgrade complete. We are at full power. You have not enough minerals. Processed.
Like, when was I supposed to get mothership here?
Phase crystals charged. Prismatic core online. Calibrated. Channel the light of Io. Core Io. Annihilation commencing. Phase crystal. Zaknak. Systems at full. You have not enough minerals. For iron. This vessel. You have not enough minerals. Annihilation commencing. Complete. Calibrating this. You have not enough minerals. Under. Channel the light of iron. We face the enemy. It shall be. Channel the light of iron.
Planetary fortress. Did this guy really not notice that I have no ground units? He's like, Poogers, dude, I gotta make a planetary against them void rays.
You have not enough minerals. Channel the light of iron. Mineral field depleted. Undercool. We have Zack. Channel. This
There's 2 drops coming here.
Our pylon is under attack. You have not enough minerals.
Directive confirmed. We agree.
You have not enough minerals.
Direct us.
This
Guide us. Yes, Executor.
it shall.
We omit the enemy.
Upgrade complete. You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
Direct us.
Zack Nakri Akbar.
Sigh where the step.
Zack Naku. You must construct additional pylons. This phase crystals charged. You must construct additional pylons. You must construct additional pylons. Power that. A nine. Maximum supply. Phase crystal charge. Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply. Channel the light of iron.
Sigh where
Zack. Participants, we are at
You know what's funny? He only has one orbital. He has one scan. One scan, that's it.
unacceptable commands. We are next.
One moment.
Beam guides are exhausted.
One moment and one stem, that's right. He's got one of each. Oof. There we go. What do you think about Hungarians and Serbian-Hungarian relationship? Politics-wise, I have no idea. My personal experience-wise, I actually never knew anyone from Hungary. Personally. I met one guy that used to play StarCraft, like back in Wings, but that's about it. Do you expect to see a pro trying this? Nah, well, nah. Like maybe someone will try to like open double Stargate. Oh, I see your name is Agent Pena. Is that from Narcos TV show? So someone might do it like double Stargate with Void Ray speed, but then they're gonna transition into like, you know, Storm, Colossus, and so on. Do you earn a lot of money playing StarCraft II as your job compared to a normal job in Serbia? I mean, I earn more. Let's just say if I finished, I used to, so some of you may know this, because on stream I mentioned things many times, but obviously not everyone hears it. I used to study at, what's it called, electrical engineering. I had a scholarship for it, but I dropped out of it to play StarCraft full time. And I know most people will look at that and be like, are you insane? Well, my life worked out pretty well, and even if I had electrical engineering degree, I would still make more money with StarCraft. And not to mention, like, I would never have traveled the world, I wouldn't have met women. I wouldn't have met all the people that I met, experiences that I've had. My English would probably be your, you know, average Slav English. So, I mean, it was a big choice in my life, you know, what I want to do. And, because I feel like everyone at one point in their life has that moment where it's like, you have to make a decision what you want to do in your life. And, I decided to go for it, and I went all in, and you know, with enough hard work, it worked out. The thing is, when I went full-time in StarCraft, I was studying. I studied for like, I can't even remember, like 8 months, 6-8 months, I don't know how long, and I was like finished passing my exams and everything, but I should probably build. This guy's one base. Yeah, I'm dead.
We are of one. We serve glory. Let your will. Where shall we?
Never mind, I went.
Give us. Eradication.
So, what was it saying? So when I quit, you know, I was doing well in exams. So it's not like I was failing at I don't know what the word is, like college, university, whatever it is. Whatever you do after you finish high school, like 18 plus. I was good at StarCraft and I was good at games. So I wasn't like Gold League, you know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go full time in StarCraft. Like whenever people ask me, and I got this question a lot before, which was like, I even had parents come to my house that were like friends from my parents, and they were like, oh, like my kid is 11 and he's like top 100 in Serbia. I'm like, that doesn't mean shit. I was like, don't, you know, like the dad would be like, should I let him like play more computer? Like he's top 100 in Serbia. I'm like, Serbia is garbage at video games. So being a top 100 in Serbia means absolute shit. Like, now we have some good players. I know we have 1 or 2 players in LCS in League from next season. I know we have a lot of good CSGO players. But back then, when I was a pro player, there was no pro players from any other games. There was one guy in CSGO and that's it. So when parents were like, oh, should I let him like play more? I'm like, I don't know, like, you should keep him in school because people in Serbia suck. Oh, that improved a little bit over time, but you know. So I always told this to the people that are not from Serbia when they ask me like, oh, you know, I'm Diamond and I'm thinking of like pausing my university for a year to do more StarCraft. And I'm like, no, like you can be Grandmaster in StarCraft and still go to work or still study. Like there's time. You don't need to play 15 hours a day. You can do it with like 3 to 5 hours a day if you can focus, do what you're supposed to, and have talent. Because I think that if you don't have talent for games, you shouldn't quit your work for, oh, maybe. Because, like, not to stroke my own, you know, carrot over here, but like I said, I was always good at video games. Like, from the I started playing video games when I was 3. I had a computer when I was 3, and whatever game I played, I would be beating people that were years older than I am. I was beating my dad in RTS games when I was 10. We played, some of you may know, we played Sudden Strike game. Like, I was beating it when I was 10. And it's like, you know, that developed into after when I played Warcraft 3. I didn't play Warcraft 3 like normal games. I played Dota 1. I was pretty good. Wasn't professional, but, you know, I was good. Better than your average. Whatever game I played, I tried to be competitive in it, and I was competitive. So, even with all of that, I would never be like, oh, I was good in whatever, CS or Counter-Strike, so I'm gonna go pro in StarCraft. No, you can still go university or, you know, whatever your job is, and make it as a, you know, make it into GM. Not necessarily maybe as a pro player, but you can make it into GM.
You have not enough minerals.
The temple we serve with pride. Give us your command. I have met the enemy.
So, sorry, I'm trying to like talk and I'm trying to play at the same time, so I'm like, my brain's going like half AFK.
Let your where
Or semi-AFK.
Base is under attack. You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
I have met the enemy. Give up. Combat awaits.
This guy is all in me.
Where shall we? Let your will be Najakar Mina. Spare no.
You have not enough minerals. Channels are like divided. It shall be done. This vessel. Fate's crystals charged.
Iron shall be reclaimed.
You have not enough.
Okay, I got +1 weapons.
You have not enough minerals.
So, yeah, the point is, I always give advice to people like don't quit your job. Like if you are good at StarCraft and if you want to make it work, you'll make it work with other things in your life. Now if you have like a wife or a girlfriend and a job and you want to do well in StarCraft, well that's probably not going to happen. But yeah. When I made to go back to the point that I was talking about initially, when I made a decision to go full time, I was like in top 50 in Europe. So, oh, he canceled something. That was a DT shrine, boys. 100% DT shrine right there. 154.3% DT shrine.
Phase crystals charged.
Where is your pylon, bruh?
Undercooled. We are at full.
Where's his pylon?
Phase crystals charged. Systems at Matic Core online. Synchronizing. Channel the light divider. Phase crystals charged. Channel. Channel. Our show. Discussing.
That's hot.
Oh,
Mine goes
DT's.
to GMO.
It shall be done.
There we go, dude. Boom.
Channel the light divider.
And I never started +2. Oops. I turned on the voider ability. So yeah, when I quit uni, I was, you know, already pretty good at StarCraft, and my dream when I was a kid, when like this wasn't like esports wasn't even a thing, was to play video games for a living. I wanted to play video games for like to get paid to play them. And I remember, and I always remind my mom this, when I was like super young, when I was like 8 or 9, I told my mom, you know, when people ask you like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I always said, I want to play video games. And I remember she told me, no one's gonna pay you for that, honey. You know, poor little carrot, you know, no one's gonna pay you for that. But like I said, that was always my dream, so I just went for it. It worked out. I put in a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hours, and it worked. Will you ask your girlfriend to marry you in front of a stream? Nah, not really. I know 100% she will say yes, but I wouldn't do it in front of a stream. Is it awkward to tell people you stream for a living? It depends who you talk to. Reaper Goblin, thank you so much for the 3 months trolling poo with the 5 months. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. So it's not really awkward. Like, it depends who you talk to, but I don't know. Like, most people know what I like. I know it sounds weird, but most people that I know, whether I know them really well or just kind of know what I do. So I don't really get that anymore. Like, unless I meet complete strangers, they're like, they're more interested about it. They're not really like, oh, you play games for a living? I feel like that's not a thing anymore, but it used to be a thing. But now it's more like, oh, I heard about that. You can make like money by playing games now. And most people seem really interested. Like when I went with Marika to renew her visa, Serbian visa, the cop, or like, I don't know what he is, like an inspector? I don't know what you call it. He was, that was in charge of our case. he asked me like, oh, what do you do and stuff, and I told him, and he's like, oh, I heard about that. And he's like, do you make like videos as well? I was like, yeah, I do YouTube. And he's like, that's so cool. And the guy was like 30 something, and he was really interested. He's like, oh, how does the money work? Like, how do you get paid? I know you get paid for ads and stuff like that. But yeah, most people these days are pretty open to it, and at the end of the day, if I see them that they're like being bitchy or like, you play games, they're just morons anyway, so who cares? The funny thing is, I've met so many people in my city where I would meet them and they wouldn't know who I am, you know? And we start talking and I tell them what I do, and they're like, oh, a friend told me about some guy from Niche that does that. I was like, that's probably me. And they're like, oh, that's cool. I've had people that I would meet, like I would hang out with friends and I would meet someone and their friend watches my stream, so then that guy would take a picture with me and send it to his friend. It was pretty funny.
Ire shall be. Najakar Mina. Where shall we march?
But I had my my grandma, which she's like almost 90. She used to ask me, like,
Yes, Ire shall be.
she would like be like, you know, come here, and I come next to her, and she's like,
Combat awaits.
she's like, how's work going? And I'm like, oh, it's going well, you know. And she's like, that's all good, but when are you gonna get a real job? And she's like, she's old, you know, so I'm not like, you know, she's just like, you know, Slavic grandma.
Let none. Glorious combat is upon us.
But now she used to do that like a couple of years ago, but now she's like, she asked me like, oh, where did you travel recently, stuff like that, if I went anywhere, so on.
Channel the light of Ire.
What are you doing, dude? Is he just gonna lose everything? Okay. Ooh, right.
Channel the light of Ire.
Now you can just say, okay, boomer. That's true.
Kas. Zak Naku.
She's gonna be like, what?
Phase crystals charged.
I'm a boomer?
This vessel.
What is this guy doing? I love how he keeps trying. He's like, this time. He's like, it didn't work last 2 times. This time. Oh, he is an immortal. I actually did not expect him to go for it again. warped to a depth, so he has no stalkers now. Or not enough. He should have like 2 stalkers, maybe 3.
Phase crystal. We are at full. This vessel shall embed. Channel. We are at full power.
I'll make a cannon in case he's going for like DTs or something.
Systems. Channel. Zaknaku Akbar. This vessel.
We haven't been getting a lot of cheeses while we were doing this series. But today has been pretty cheesy, I feel like. Why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this to myself? I'm winning and I'm like, let me throw the game real quick. That's all I had to do from the start. And I almost threw it again.
We're at phase. Zakna.
Where is the
crystals charged? Prismatic core.
Jeez, his warping point is so far away.
We're at full. Zaknaku. This vessel. This vessel.
Dude, he just keeps going for it.
We are at full power.
And I keep risking. One Chad Ray for a group of stalkers. I like this guy's confidence though. Like when he goes for it, he goes for it. He doesn't hesitate at all. He just. What does your mom say about it now? She's accepted it a long time ago that I do what I do, because Slavic people are very old-fashioned. So to tell them that you're streaming or like doing videos on YouTube or games, they're like, what? But yeah, now she's like fine with it. She knows it's my job, like. And yeah, my family is, like, initially when I quit uni, they were not accepting of it at all. Because I kind of quit scholarship to do what I do. And they didn't know how it's going to work out, obviously. But now they're accepted of it. Does she ever watch the stream? No. My mom doesn't speak English. She understands, like, very little, but... They watched, when I used to compete, they would watch my tournaments. Her and my dad would watch together. And my dad kind of knows about StarCraft, like understands it, and then he explains it to her, and they like, my mom always told me like he would scream at the monitor, or like yell, cheering, you know.